Home to the film and TV industry, home to some of the biggest tech giants, close proximity to the coastline and beautiful oceans in Los Angeles, and an entertainment capital in the West LA area. And you probably wouldn't think I'd be saying all of these great things about Culver City. It's a kind of a hidden gem in Los Angeles, but it's become very popular, a great place for people to move to and live in. And in this video, we're going to go over 5 things you should know before moving to Culver City. Okay, first thing you should know is that Culver City is actually its own entity. It's its own separate city within Los Angeles. Now, this may seem a little odd for people moving from outside of California or Los Angeles County in general, but because Los Angeles City and County are so massive, it actually envelops other cities, one of them being Culver City, another one close by is Santa Monica. Now, again, Culver City being its own entity has a lot of benefits to it, not being part of the large Los Angeles bureaucratic system, because a smaller city is a little bit easier to govern. And what I mean by that, it has its own fire department, its own police department. Now, having its own school district is huge, especially when you're comparing it to the Los Angeles Unified School District being so large and frankly probably a little bit bloated. It could be separated into smaller systems. I know personally, not just from going through the LA school systems myself, but my mom was a longtime teacher, and so I had all the backstories and knew what was going on within the district itself. And it has a lot of problems. We're talking about Los Angeles. Now, Culver City runs its own schools, and you will find that almost all of its schools are top rated. When you go to greatschools.org and look their scores up, you'll see 8s and 9s in their elementary. There's only one middle school and one high school, and they do really well academically, socially, and have great sports programs. So if you are moving here with a family and schools are important, or just if you're looking for neighborhoods with keeping the home values up, because good schools a lot of times equate to good home values, well, then it's good to know that it has its own great separate school system. It also runs its own park system, and Culver City is filled with neighborhood parks, and it also has its own library, which is really nice. It's a good sized library. Now, all of this does come at a little bit of a price, one of it being housing, and we're going to get to that a little bit later in this video, so if you're curious about the cost of housing in Culver City, stay tuned. But we're going to talk about the city sales tax. Now, the Los Angeles city sales tax is 9.5%. Now, that is pretty high. But when you compare it to Culver City, it's not as high. Culver City is actually 10.25%, so it is higher. So you are paying a little bit more for living in Culver City. And on the smaller items, you may not notice it as much, but on bigger ticket items, you're certainly going to see the price difference. But if you really want to have the savings, Culver City is, again, enveloped by Los Angeles, so you can literally just drive outside the Culver City limits, make your big purchase, and you'll enjoy the little tax break and the sales tax when buying in Los Angeles City itself, Los Angeles proper. So what's really the big deal about having its own city services? Well, if you talk to people that live in Los Angeles, you're going to hear a lot of complaints about trash services, police response, fire response sometimes, and just city bureaucracy in general. But when you deal with Culver City, it's a lot easier to navigate. You can actually get people on the phone. They're just a little bit more efficient, and honestly a little bit more friendlier because they're probably just less bombarded by a larger population like the city of Los Angeles. So it makes a big difference for people living in the city because they can rely on the efficiency and effectiveness of the city government in Culver City. As a reminder, I'm Dave Fine with the Real Estate Dads, a licensed real estate agent right here in Los Angeles, helping people move and relocate to LA, Culver City, and surrounding areas. So if you're thinking about making that move, make sure you hit us up at the contact information below. My team and I absolutely love helping people relocate. Subscribe, tap the bell to get notified for new videos, hit the like button if you like what you see, and comment below if you have any questions. We'll be happy to answer. Okay, you're going to be moving to Culver City, so number 2 on the list is wanting to know where the entertainment spots for the city that you're living in. Well, when it comes to Culver City, your main place is going to be the downtown district. Now, the downtown district is a really cool spot. They've really revitalized this area. It was really no place to go about 15 years ago. You're not really hanging out there for any reason. And especially further than that, 20 and 25 years ago, it was not much to speak of. Over the years, they've really revitalized the neighborhood, the downtown area. They invested a lot into it, and now it is a really cool destination. It's right adjacent to Sony Studios, and it also has the Amazon Studios as well inside. But outside of that, it has amazing restaurants, great shopping, some really cool coffee houses, and you can find breakfast, lunch, and dinner spots there. They've got a wine bar, they've got different pubs. There's a farmer's market right there downtown. On Tuesdays, I believe it's still Tuesdays. Most of the restaurants along Washington Boulevard in that downtown area have outdoor dining, so you can of course take advantage of like the 320 days of sunshine that Culver City has, and the fantastic weather that we have all year round. So it's very inviting, and I would say the only drawback to the downtown entertainment area is that it's a little hard to get through, especially more recently in the last couple of years. They've cut down some of the car lanes, and they've made it one giant bus lane. They have a bike lane. So again, if you're more in pedestrian friendly or walkable, then it kind of suits you more. But if you're trying to get through the downtown area, then it's a lot of traffic and kind of gets congested. But there's workarounds, so you don't have to go through that if you're commuting. The other downside is parking. There are several large parking lots, but you're going to have to pay for parking. Now, there are some places that will validate, but many don't. Depends on how long you're going to be there, but that is kind of a downside, is that parking can be challenging, so they do have these pay lots that you can go to. There is a movie theater. I forgot to mention that of course, movie theater in Culver City. Culver City is known for the movie and film industry, so it is fitting that it has its own theater there. They also have older movie theaters like the Kirk Douglas Theater and the Cary Grant Theater, where you're going to see plays and kind of older movies, kind of specialty movies, specialty entertainment. It's kind of like an homage to the old movie industry, so those are really cool theaters to check out. And of course, anchoring all of downtown is the Old Culver Hotel. It's right there, situated along Washington, wedged in between a movie theater and some of your restaurants. It's a cool place to get a nice drink, and it's a really nice place to stay if you have family or friends coming in to visit you while in Culver City. So it is a vibrant downtown area. Now, if you're someone that likes to stay out late, clubs and bars that are late, I wouldn't necessarily say Culver City is going to be your spot. You're going to have to venture out into places like Beverly Hills, Hollywood, North Hollywood, maybe some parts of Santa Monica. But for the most part, Culver City kind of shuts down around 10 p.m. There are a few places that stay open past that. But if that's more your scene, then you're going to have to venture outside of Culver City. There is also adjacent to the downtown area something called the Culver Center. This is where you're going to find some of your markets like Ralph's. You're going to find your Best Buy there. You're going to find some restaurants there. Kind of more of your amenity style places and facilities will be at this Culver Center. It's a big outdoor kind of shopping center area. And then if you have a Trader Joe's in the downtown Culver City, if you like some more unique type of market shopping, Trader Joe's is really big in the LA area. It's one of my favorite markets. So that's in downtown Culver City. Now there's also adjacent to that, going a little east, along Washington Boulevard, you have the Culver City Arts District. It's really cool. It has a lot of artists, local artist studios are there, and they open up these studios once a year at the Art Walk and Roll. It's a really cool festival, and it's outdoors. They close down the streets. They've got food trucks. They've got musicians, entertainment, and a lot of the local artists open up their studios, so you can just walk in and out, seeing the local art and what they're up to. A lot of them provide like wine and cheese and beer and food within their art studio. And it's just a really cool spot. Again, there's more really good food and good restaurants there. They got the Helms Bakery shopping district. And so it really, Culver City entertainment really runs along Washington Boulevard, east from the Arts District. In the middle would be downtown Culver City, and then adjacent to that is the Culver Center. So that's your main entertainment hub. Of course, surrounding throughout Culver City, you do have all of your amenities like your Targets and other conveniences all around the city of Culver City. All right, number 3 on the list, things you should know is about some of the outdoor entertainment that Culver City has to offer. Now, a lot of people look at Culver City on a map and they don't necessarily think that you can really quench your outdoor entertainment thirst, but you really can. Now, yes, Culver City is not adjacent to the beach, but if you do like the beach lifestyle, you're really just a few miles from the ocean. 5-10 minute drive, you can get down to the Marina, Venice, and parts of Santa Monica. So you can certainly enjoy that lifestyle. And given that the weather is near perfect in Culver City and in Los Angeles in general, you will also get the benefits of having the sun out about 320 days a year. Great warm weather throughout the year for the most part. Cools down a little bit during the winter, parts of the fall, but not really. I mean, you can expect 70s during the fall. Maybe it touches the 80s. Maybe a little too warm for what people are used to moving from different parts of the country. But if you love being outdoors, Culver City has the excellent weather that the rest of Los Angeles gets to enjoy, and you're close enough to the ocean where you get the nice ocean breeze that comes in and really cools things down. And the evenings are great to just enjoy, have a comfortable walk around the neighborhood, eat outdoors. Maybe you need a heat lamp a little bit, but you're comfortable. You don't need your parkas, you don't need your big jackets, you don't need gloves. You don't need beanies really. You can just be comfortable. And I bring all this up regarding the weather because it does connect to your outdoor lifestyle in Culver City. Now, Culver City is home to a lot of neighborhood parks. Some of the bigger ones is Veterans Park. This is close to the downtown area. It's more of your rec center. They've got an outdoor pool. They've got basketball courts, pickleball, tennis courts, baseball fields, open space, and it also has a large auditorium where they have events, holiday events, and just events throughout the year that the city puts on and private industries put on right there at Veterans Park. So great kind of anchor park, neighborhood city park within Culver City. Outside of that, you also have Carlson Park, which is also adjacent to the downtown area, very walkable from the downtown area. It's a cute neighborhood park. There's really no playgrounds or equipment to speak of. It's just kind of this open space, a lot of trees. It has these picnic benches, picnic areas, barbecue spots. But they do have a lot of outdoor events the community puts on there. But it's just a nice place right in the middle of a residential neighborhood that people really enjoy. If you want kind of a detailed outline of what Culver City looks like, check out some of my other Culver Cities. My map tour explains Culver City and the various neighborhoods and areas in great detail. Also a movie, I like to call these movies, another film on, I did it again, another video on my channel that talks about Culver City, so make sure you check that out. In addition to these neighborhood parks, you also have the Culver City Park and the Baldwin Hills Scenic Overlook, two green outdoor areas that are adjacent to each other. Now, these two areas are a little bit south and east of downtown Culver City, and it's located along the hill along the border of Culver City. You've got the famous Culver City steps, which people love to work out and exercise on. You get to the top of the steps, you can actually look out to the east and you will see downtown Los Angeles. You can get some incredible views of downtown Los Angeles and the rest of the city from these two overlooks, from these parks when you go up the hill. And especially on a bright day, especially after it rains, which is rare, but when it clears out, spectacular views. And I just highly recommend that if you are an outdoor person. They've got a skate park, dog park. There's the Culver City Little League up in this area, walking trails, hiking trails, open space for picnics or just having a good time, throwing a outdoor party at a park. Great facilities there. So it does have a good outdoor vibe to it if you like the outdoor lifestyle. The other thing which is pretty unique to Culver City and the West LA area in general is the Ballona Creek, the bike path there. You can actually bike from Culver City, straight bike path all the way down to the marina and the beach areas, unobstructed. You don't have to cross traffic or anything once you get on this Ballona Creek bike path. It just takes you right through. The creek itself is not really much to speak of. It is man-made. There are parts of it where you can kind of canoe in it, but it's really mainly a passageway for overflow water to get to the ocean. The main point of it is if you like biking and you don't want to be bothered by commuting car traffic or being stopped at stoplights, you jump on this and it's just straight shot to the beach. I did it so much when I was growing up in the area, and I do it a lot with my kids because we like biking. So when you think Culver City and you look on the map, you may not think you have these little hiking trails, great access to the ocean and park spaces, but I'm telling you, Culver City does lend itself to a great outdoor lifestyle. You don't necessarily have to be by the ocean or by the Santa Monica Mountains to enjoy it. All right, the fourth thing you should really know about Culver City is the housing, because if you're going to be moving here and living here, you probably have that top of mind. And it really depends on where you live within Culver City. If you want a more detailed explanation of the cost of the different neighborhoods, go ahead and check out my other videos, but I'm gonna give you the overall view of Culver City housing. So we'll jump right into it. The median price of a single family home, 3-bedroom, 2-bath, about 1,400 square feet is going to be $1,550,000. Now, I know, sticker shock, especially if you're moving from outside of California. I mean, if you're moving from New York or the Bay Area and San Francisco area, then maybe not so much sticker shock, but it is pricey. However, when you compare it to other parts of Los Angeles, especially along the coast, like Venice, Santa Monica, Marina, places like Brentwood, Beverly Hills, it is, and I won't call it a discount, but it is certainly less expensive. So while it is true, one of the more expensive places in the LA region, it is not the highest. Now, if you're looking for a condo, if that's more your style, for a 2-bedroom, 2-bath, about 1,000 square feet, you're looking around $650,000. Now there's condos all throughout Culver City, but I will say there is a large condo community in the southern portion of Culver City just before you get into the Westchester area. and it's known as kind of the Fox Hills area. And I should mention, I forgot to mention earlier, entertainment spots. The Westfield Shopping Center used to be known as the Fox Hills Shopping Center. Is a really big indoor shopping area where you have big box stores and, of course, your typical indoor mall entertainment. So right along there, Green Valley Circle, in this area, you've got a lot of condos. Now, they're a little bit older, but there's really nice communities there, great HOA amenities, and it's kind of tucked away. You don't really feel like you're in the middle of the city. So if you're looking for condos, that's a great place to look. There's also another condo section close to the Culver City Park, and a little bit, and it's about a mile or so, a couple miles from the downtown area, around Jefferson and Overland. That's where you're going to find these three big complexes there, condos, and really these mega communities, all inclusive amenities for the HOA, pools, workout gyms, gathering areas, rec rooms, and you're really close to shopping, entertainment. So those are your main condo hubs. But again, there's condos all throughout. Now, I mentioned it really depends on where you live in Culver City, because there are different regions of Culver City and they all have their different housing price points. I'll mention two in this video, but if you want more detailed information, check out my other Culver City videos. If you're looking for kind of this unique hillside lifestyle, Culver City has it for you, called the Culver Crest area. And it's this neighborhood where there's really one way in and one way out, and there's really no reason anyone would be up there unless you live there. It has some really cool views, hillside properties, and that's going to run you around $2.3 million. So it's a little bit pricier because you do have a little bit more land and you have some potential great views, and it's really just tucked away. You just feel away from it all. So that's one of your more pricier points for Culver City. You also have Carlson Park. I mentioned that as the actual park itself, but the neighborhood there has a lot of single family residents. You're adjacent to downtown, so very walkable, and you're looking at about a $1.7 million price point for houses there. So if you want more information on the cost of housing, make sure you reach out to my team. We're always happy to help give you detailed analysis and information when moving to Culver City. Last but not least, number 5 on the list is you probably want to know where Culver City is in relation to other parts of Los Angeles, because as I mentioned, it's its own city, but where exactly is it? How far are you from downtown? Where are you in relation to the beach and other different places in LA? So take a look at the map. You'll see where Culver City lies. The benefit of Culver City is you're really right in the middle of some great communities, including Marina del Rey, Venice, Santa Monica, Westwood, Mar Vista, West Adams, Century City. So you really get the best of all of these worlds here by living in Culver City. You're just so close to everything. And I should mention, being close to everything, you also have the Expo line that runs through Culver City, takes you all the way downtown and takes you to Santa Monica. Culver City is kind of the middle point for this above ground rail line. So it's a lot easier access to downtown and the beach without having to use your car. Now, getting back to location, going back to how close you are to the coastal communities, Marina del Rey Marina and Venice are about maybe 10-minute drive, depending on which portion of Culver City. It could be as little as 5 minutes. There are portions of Culver City that run west, this little wedge area that really puts you adjacent to Marina and Venice. And then you're like 15 minutes from Santa Monica and the pier there, and along just having those great access to the beach there. Really close to Los Angeles International Airport, LAX. Again, you're maybe about 15-minute drive or so. Now we talk in minutes here, not so much miles, because it doesn't matter how close something is geographically. It really depends on the traffic, and there's so much traffic here in Los Angeles and in Culver City in general. We talk time instead of distance. So again, LAX about 15 minutes away. Westwood about 15 minutes away. That's if you want to get into the Westwood area, or for whatever reasons you are going to the UCLA campus. And then you have Hollywood, Beverly Hills. That's going to be a little bit further. Century City, you're talking about like maybe 20 minutes or so. Depending on traffic, it could be more, 30 minutes to 40 minutes. But if you really want that type of entertainment style, and that's what you're looking for. Now, to get to downtown LA, if that's your place of work, or if you're going to Crypto Arena for a Laker game, Clipper game, and you're not going to jump on the Expo line, you're about 45 minutes out from downtown LA. It could be longer depending on the traffic. We've got SoFi Stadium in the Inglewood area. You're pretty almost adjacent to that. It's about 10-15 minutes there. So if you're going to catch a Rams game or a Chargers game, you've got that as well. So you can see Culver City in itself is a great place to live, has its own entertainment, but it is also geographically really close to a lot of other spots that you may want to go to when living in Culver City or living in Los Angeles. So if you're thinking about making that move or relocating to Culver City or the Los Angeles area, surrounding areas, make sure you reach out to my team and I at the contact information below. If you want more videos like this, hit the subscribe button, hit the like button. If you like what you see, comment below. We always like hearing from people watching our videos. We'll answer questions there as well. But again, we're open to hearing from you. If you're moving here or relocating, my team and I love helping people. We help so many people move to Los Angeles, and we are happy to do it for you.